Thank you for joining us today. It is a pretty awesome sight to see all of you here at the South Landing of the University District Gateway Bridge. As I look over the South Landing today, I'm so excited by the many people who have come together to celebrate. Believe it or not, it has been an equal amount of people that had brought this day to existence. Visionary projects like this really do require a community to come together as a community to bring it to reality. That also means you have to bear with us for a while as we pass out the thank yous and go through an impressive list of speakers who are behind me here today, but so many of you here in the crowd have really made it happen. For a moment, though, I want to start with a story that came to me from someone who's been visionary in this community, Dave Clack. And as he tells me the story, it was sparked some 20 plus years ago by a bridge spanning these railroad tracks that Dave and Bruce Butterworth came together to know near the Isaac Walton Inn in Essex, Montana by Glacier National Park. The pair who own property here in the South University District, kitty corner from one another, for many years now, were together there, but they imagined a bridge over the railroad tracks here in Spokane. You know, often I get these ideas, Dave and Jill, and my team tells me the good idea train has left the station when I come back, and I just came back from New York for 3 days on Smart Cities. I had all kinds of great ideas, but the good idea train has left the station for me, but no, Bruce, a WSU graduate, a true Coug, who owned Contract Design Associates with his wife, had this idea, and he brought it to many. But it was turned down initially. That was back in 2000. You know, Bruce got to see this bridge under construction, but he wasn't able to walk across it like generations will be able to. He passed away after serving in this community, not only with this idea, but a tenacity and civic leadership that I don't see very often. That after being turned down, had brought it back to the city. And leaders took and came around it, like many of us are here today. And we had different options of what we should do and how we make it happen. But he stood true to the mission, and we stand here today with his wife, Jill, and his 2 sons. And Jill, I just wanted to, for a small moment, recognize your commitment, your husband's commitment with the key to the city. And I do this because we designed this key some years ago, and we decided that it needed to have the skyline of the city of Spokane. And I committed for my time in office that I wanted to change that skyline. And just recently, just a couple days ago, we awarded the keys to the city to many amazing people in this community. They were the first ones to receive the key with a change in the skyline, and that is of this bridge, which is now forevermore etched into the key of the city. So I wanted to give this to you and to your 2 sons, the mayor's coin that also has many of the same imageries on it. It is stories like that and so many of these that come to fruition because of people that take a leadership role. Leadership role, maybe not in elected office or in appointed positions, but community leadership. That's what today's all about. So let me just recognize a few. The University District Board and staff has worked alongside the city and this project tirelessly for some time now. We also want to thank BNSF Railroad for their collaboration and ultimately bringing this bridge over a major facility of theirs. The bridge, and many of you are here, only came into existence because of our great partners in the commercial world, Garco Construction, LMN Architects, KPFF Consulting Engineers, SPVV Landscape Architects, Parametrics, who provided the construction management, geoengineers, and many, many subcontractors throughout our community that made it happen. And yes, to 2 and many others, but 2 great folks that work in the integrated capital team and engineering services at the city, Catherine Miller and Kyle Tuig, who also, in all of these, coming together to make this happen. So I want to finish with this. This bridge is an amazing, amazing structure, but it fits amazingly into our historic joint city council administration strategic plan. One that talks about one Spokane, In that, we have amazing initiatives under innovative infrastructure, the urban experience, connecting our community with trails, making sure that we invest in the health of our downtown and invest in the public development authorities. That all comes to fruition in this bridge and make it happen. The bridge is the critical connection between the Sprague Union District and the main academic center of the University District. With help of transit, it connects citizens to our medical district on the lower South Hill. Over time, it'll connect students, faculty, and staff already in the district with housing, retail, and job opportunities. We chose the south side of the bridge for this celebration because it allows us to see the impressive and stately buildings of the academic institutions to the north, but it also sets the groundwork for what this truly will become. Whether it's here to the left in the Catalyst project and the smartest blocks in the world, to the innovation that comes from those that have been part of this district, and so much more. Whether here at the city we have taken seriously our role of helping spur economic growth and redevelopment of this project, the nearby Martin Luther King Way that will come into its full fruition here in the months to come, the Benburg Trail with new river views and improvements along Division Street, and obviously the amazing private and public investment in the University District. But we do this with many partners, and that's who I want to hand the mic over to now. The bridge is part of a greater vision, one that is coming and is part of our reality in this state of truly connecting Washington. Our next speaker is Lisa Brown, our state's new Commerce Director. Yes, there we have. But obviously, Lisa is not new to this project or to the vision of connecting Washington. She is here representing Governor Jay Inslee and also represents the amazing work that she has done as a legislator, as a UD board member, and as WSU's Spokane Chancellor. Lisa?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor. I'm going to keep this quick because we're all standing in the wonderful sun. But how about a shout out? This is not just an inflection point that connects our past, present, and future. This is a victory over some name callers and naysayers. So let's have a shout out for that. There are three things that really catalyzed this to occur. And the mayor's already spoke about the vision, but the vision was coupled with hard work. And I just want to say thank you to you know who you are, the staffers who took the minutes, who went to the meetings, who showed up, who kept this thing moving forward one step at a time. So that vision and hard work is part of the success. Second, this is about public and private sector investment coming together for the future. And we need a lot more of that for a continued successful future. There are so many stories that could be told, but I'll do a couple of shout outs. How about to Elson Floyd and Mark Emmert, who put the first WWAMI class in Spokane, a partnership between UW and WSU that helped lay the groundwork for health science development that was to come. And a shout out to two former members of Congress, to Tom Foley and George Nethercutt, who both invested in the research capacity of this university and health sciences set of campuses. And then finally, we did it with a commitment to education and equity. I'm so proud to stand here on the stage with higher ed leaders from across our region and to know that our future, if we are to take on our next challenges, is all about that education. And those young people sitting on the Hill being able to pursue their dreams and opportunity. And we did it with a commitment to equity. We don't want to leave people behind. We don't want to leave neighborhoods behind, no matter what they say about them. And that will be the key to our future as well. So I'll throw out a couple of challenges. To our higher ed leaders, let's keep going. We've got graduate level health sciences here. We've got engineering coming. Let's keep going. Graduate level computer science and engineering, and let's take this to the next level in terms of becoming an educational center for this city, this region, and for the world. Let's throw out a challenge to our private sector as well. You've stood up and stepped up so many times, and people have stepped forward and they've given their time and they put some funds into the kitty for the next project. Let's look at systematically how we can set out some new challenges and work together to achieve them. And then a challenge to my former colleagues in elected office, from city to state to federal. We've got to take on the next big thing. And I think at least two of those are about connectivity. The connectivity of all of us technologically. I was just in Welpinit, and kids there can't do their homework on the internet because there is no internet there. So let's solve that problem. We've got the entities that can make that happen, and we need connectivity statewide. They're going to build a high-speed train corridor from north to south on the west side. Let's talk about the connection between east and west that will keep us connected and will keep our future vibrant. Thank you all for being here. This is a lovely sight, and as I said, it's a victory for us today.
Hi there. I'm Andy Billig, state senator from the 3rd Legislative District, right here. And yes, I am so excited to be here. This is a project that we started working on right when I first came into the legislature, and I'm so thankful to all the people standing behind me, but also thankful to everybody out there and everybody in the community. This was a true community project, and you know, this is a bridge to education, this is a bridge to economic development, and it's also a bridge to better health. And I know others have talked about education and economic development, so I want to take just a moment to talk about how this bridge helps us be healthier. You know, sometimes we talk about healthcare so much that we forget the goal isn't healthcare. The goal is health. And to the extent that we can achieve health before we need health care, we not only have better quality of life, it also costs less. And one of the best ways to be healthy is to incorporate activity into our daily life. And being able to walk or bike to school or to work is one of the best ways to be healthy. And this bridge will help with that. And I'm reminded of a story, I think it was about 8 years ago, and we passed a really significant capital budget. It was my first term in the legislature. I was in the House. And in that capital budget, we had $63 million for the health sciences building. It was a big deal. And I came back after the session. I was at my daughter's science fair at Roosevelt Elementary School. And another parent came up to me, and he said, hi, Jonathan, I'm a researcher at WSU Spokane. By the way, when you're a researcher at WSU Spokane, your kid has a great science project. I still remember the science project. But he said, thank you for the capital budget, which we had been hearing a lot, which was really nice because we had this $63 million for the building. And I said, yeah, it's great. That building's going to be amazing in terms of medical education. And he goes, no, I'm not talking about the building. I'm talking about the $500,000 that you guys put in to help plan that U District bridge. And people now even forget that we did that. But then he went on to tell me how he lives on a lower South Hill and he liked to walk to work. And that was part of his daily routine. And he said, there's no safe way for me to walk to work at the U District. And he said, that bridge is going to change it for me. And I remember that story as we've worked on this because I know for Jonathan and for so many others, it's going to make it a safer, easier, healthier way for them to live every day. And that's just one of the many things that this bridge is going to do. Very thankful for all of your support to help make this happen. And thanks for being here today.
Well, I'm former Senator and current County Treasurer Mike Baumgartner, and what an honor it is for me to be here with you today. Every time I've been at an event here at the University District, I always say the same thing, which is that our state and our community work best when we work together, and there's no better example of great bipartisan, government, various levels of government. I see our county commissioners are here. I know they were all supportive of this project. Can we have a round of applause for our county commissioners? Thanks, guys. and the people behind me. So, success does have in politics does have 1,000 fathers and mothers, and most of them are here today. And this is just a really neat, good project. When we did the funding for this back in 2015. I'll just, for some of you aspiring politicians out there that wonder how the sausage gets made, I'll just tell a little story. So we did this back in 2015. And of course, going into the 2015 session, there were two big things potentially on the docket for Spokane. Was, would there be a new gas tax and transportation package, and would there be a new legislation to allow a new WSU medical school? And that was when Republicans were in the majority in the Senate. I was chair of Commerce and Labor and was front and center in a lot of those fights. And those were some of the most fun times I had in Olympia, because it really was, politics makes strange bedfellows, but it was really some of the adversaries that we had on previous projects all coming together, worked for this tremendous project for Spokane. So, this bridge, the way the deal went down was we had some folks on the other side of the state who weren't real interested in a new WSU medical school, but they were interested in 405 expansion of funding. And if a Republican was going to take a gas tax vote, we were going to get the best deal that we'd ever gotten. So I was going to make sure we got a full north-south freeway, and we were going to get this medical school. And we came together with bipartisan legislators. I had never had more fun than working with the guys in the 3rd District who did a great job, on this deal. And then we got all the way to the end. In this project, and we had put a poison pill in the deal because we didn't want a low carbon fuel standard. So if the governor was going to attempt to do that, all the money for bike and pedestrian was going to go into road projects. So we got this whole thing done, and we're almost at the end. And then I had some guys on my side of the aisle that weren't real happy that one of the other legislators working on this wouldn't take a vote on workers' compensation funding. So they wanted to pull this project, and there was some heat on our side of the aisle, on this deal. And I said, guys, that's all well and good, but this is good public policy. And my wife and I have 4 little kids, and we really like pushing double bob strollers. And this thing has a way from us to get to our house on the South Hill, down to our new medical school. So we're going to all vote for this, and all came together. And here we are a few years later, popping the champagne and the bubbly. Thank you very much, everybody. It's a wonderful project, and great to be a part of it.
Well, thank you to Lisa, Andy, and Mike, and I like it that you're staying on the city's One Spokane strategic vision of being a smarter, safer, and healthier, Senator, community. But this is a beautiful piece of our skyline now, but it also came to existence. Some of them were mentioned: Marcus Riccelli, Tim Ormsby, Jeff Holy, Kevin Parker, Steve Hobbs, and many, many more. But it also has iconic pieces of art here on the south side and on the north side. And I just, for a moment, wanted to bring up the artist that made this happen, Shawnee Marchant.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Thank you, Mayor Condon. Boy, everybody speaks so well, but I'll try my best. Thank you. I want to thank all those that have spoken: Lisa Brown, Rick Lee, and Baumgartner, as well as Condon. But I also want to thank the Spokane Arts, Karen Mobley, Melissa Huggins, and Garco. I would have never done without. They were amazing, very helpful in installing the artwork, and Pioneer Vessel, who was my fabricator, Kevin McDowell. They turned out really well. I also want to talk about my partner, Leanne Scott. I wrote it down, so I'm going to read it. Let's see. Leanne and I have been good friends for many years. We talked about collaborating art project. We saw the prospectus of the bridge artwork, and we decided we wanted to try for this project. And it was a big deal to both of us. We love our community, and we're proud to contribute to the community in this way. It was important and exciting to do this together as friends and fellow artists. We felt it was a shared legacy for our families and the community. It became important to me personally to complete this project in honor of our friendship. Leanne passed away in 2015. completing this project and seeing this beautiful bridge together. It looks like a phoenix rising for this area, symbolic of friendship and artistic vision. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Shawnee. As you can see, the bridge provides a connection for bicyclists and pedestrians, but it's also supported by public transit. Spokane Transit Authority is here today, and also the Spokane Regional Health District has been a great partner in making this happen. Our next speaker is Susan Meyer, who leads the STA.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks. Hey, everybody. I see so many people out here who participated in this that if you all stood back here, I think there would just be the media up front. And so I want to say how privileged we are to have been a part of this project. I'd like to take a brief minute to talk to you about transit. Who'd have thought? Transit is going to support the success of this investment and the public and private investments that are sure to follow. For a number of years, our community has identified the need for a more direct connection from the U District to the medical facilities on the Lower South Hill. The Gateway Bridge makes that connection possible. First, we extended the medical shuttle, Route 12. For those of you who don't immediately think of route numbers when you think about transit, the medical shuttle, we extended it last year from the Rockwood Clinic where it ended. Now it is at a temporary location at the intersection of Sprague and Sherman. And once the roadway construction is complete, that bus will come right here where we're standing on Riverside Avenue. Passengers will travel south on the beautiful new Sherman Plaza, a transit and pedestrian pathway funded with local transit money. Second, Route 90, which travels along Sprague Avenue every 15 minutes and is the second busiest route in the system with nearly 1 million rides a year. Also making an important connection here. In partnership with the city, 2 new stations will be constructed at the intersection with Sprague, so passengers coming from the east can hop off here and walk across the bridge. And last, the Central City Line. Recently allocated $53.4 million by the Federal Transit Administration, will have a pair of stations on the north side of the bridge. Together with the Gateway Bridge, the Central City Line, which is a new 6-mile route with battery electric buses connecting Browns Addition to Spokane Community College by way of Gonzaga and the University District, and service every 7.5 minutes at peak, will create one of the most convenient, accessible, and multimodal locations in the region. So I can think of no better occasion than today to announce the names for the new transit stations I just described on either end of the bridge. They will be the North Gateway Station and the South Gateway Station. Names that will communicate the iconic and important destination that it is.
And here I thought it would be the Baumgartner Station. Yeah, it certainly is not that.
Just come by the dump, David.
Well, thank you very much, Susan. And also a big part of this is our universities, and I want to acknowledge the academic institutions and, of course, their presidents that are with us today, but invite Dr. DeWald to the podium.
Good afternoon. It's great to be here. I'm extremely honored to represent higher education today, but some of you know this, but I actually have had the best view of the build of this bridge because of where my office is. So it's been pretty exciting. The leaders in Spokane academia are an amazing team of collaborators who have not only worked intentionally together to ensure high quality research and education in the university district, but have also contributed in a very real way to my transition to Spokane being an extremely positive one. And a shout out and a thanks to a lot of you who have done that for me as well. So I thank them and I thank you. As partners, we've enjoyed working together on a variety of projects, including WSU's nursing partnerships with Eastern Washington University and community colleges and Whitworth University. We've partnered with community colleges with a campus on the Pullman campus and our shared anatomy lab on our campus with the University of Washington School of Medicine Gonzaga University Regional Health Partnership. The bridge is an example of the partnership. While WSU is responsible for maintenance of some of the bridge, we do that in interest of it. All of it. Thank you, Mayor. We do it in partnership. So, as our state's land grant university, WSU must be responsive to the community, and it is plainly apparent to me that all of higher ed in Spokane shares that commitment and that vision. Those of us in the university district have euphemistically called the bridge a bridge to opportunity and a partnership bridge. As we celebrate partnerships today, it is interesting that higher ed's collective vision, which allows us to blend research and higher education, is emblematic of the growth in the university district, where connections have been made with and between organizations from federal, state, local governments, business and industry, including those in healthcare and nonprofits. Collectively, we're trying to achieve a South University district that will open up opportunities to make us a globally impacting, nationally prominent regional health innovation district, where basic and clinical research occurs, health professional education is provided, economic development is spurred, and health care is offered. To achieve this, we must work together. We in higher ed are deeply appreciative of our partners in the private, public, and healthcare areas, including a shout out to Avista, a shout out to Empire Health Foundation, Health Sciences and Services Authority, MultiCare, Kaiser Permanente, and of course, Providence Healthcare. All of us working together, we see this bridge as an opportunity to connect, and we see this as a pathway to you. The bridge is symbolic of our next stage of growth, where we in higher ed accept the responsibility of the expectations of our local, state, and federal stakeholders. In accepting that responsibility, I would like to introduce you to some of the leaders, many of them you know. Please hold us accountable. And please, for the leaders, raise your hand when I call your name. Dr. Christine Johnson, Chancellor of Community Colleges of Spokane. Dr. Mary Conan, President of Eastern Washington University. Okay, a little more crowd participation on three, some go Eags. 1, 2, 3. Go Eags! Okay, how about that? Wow. Dr. Thane McCullough, President of Gonzaga University. All right, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, a little more enthusiasm. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I like it. Woo! And Dr. Daryl Podick, Chief of Medical Education of the UW School of Medicine. Okay, watch this. We'll do Go Dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Dogs! I like it. And then how about Beck Taylor, President of Whitworth University? Okay, and a Go Bucks on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Bucks! Okay, and a little self-indulgence. Founding Dean, John Tomkowiak, where are you? I saw you real high. Give us 2 hands. All right. So on 3, you know what's coming. Give us a Go Cougs. 1, 2, 3. Go Cougs! Very nice, and thank you. You are critical to our partnerships. Hold us accountable, and thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Scott Morris with Avista. It took a little more than a decade to create a vision of the University District when we started this project way back in the early 2000s. And how Spokane is it that we come together to create something as glorious as the North Landing of the U District, as well as this beautiful bridge? But our job is not done. Our job is not done because in the fall of 2020, we have a new goal and a new vision because of the courage of Eastern Washington University partnering with us that we're going to create not just the best health sciences hub in the Pacific Northwest, we're going to create the best STEM hub in the Pacific Northwest right here. In the fall of 2020, Eastern Washington University is going to move their electrical engineering, their computer science, and their visual arts programs right here to the Catalyst building, bringing well over 1,000 students to this spot along with faculty and staff. The Community College of Spokane is going to bring their cybersecurity program to the Catalyst building in the fall of 2020. And Avista, Itron, and my goodness, my partner, McKinstry, I'm on their board. McKinstry are bringing our best research scientists to do public-private research done as nobody has done it before with those Eastern students. This is going to be one of the most vibrant STEM hubs that you could ever see, but we didn't want to just have it be a vibrant STEM hub. We wanted to create a building that was unlike it any place found in the world. We're going to create the largest CLT, large cross-laminated timber building in the Pacific Northwest, a 5-story building right there. It'll be the most sustainable building, not just in the Pacific Northwest, but in the United States. It'll be the greenest building in the United States. We are going to create an energy hub unlike anything built in the United States. This place will be a showcase for the nation to come to see how do you do it right when you bring public-private partnership together. So you have a challenge. We're not done. It took us over a decade to build out the north landing of the U District. Can we build this out in less than a decade? Can we get her done? Let's get her done. Thank you.
I promise you I'm the last one. But thank you so much, Scott. I don't think people realize fully how much this is catalyzing not just this community, but our entire region. That's supercharging our economy. That's creating opportunity for people, for our community. This matters. So my name is Lars Gilberts. I have the privilege of representing the University District and the 2 development organizations that are responsible for that. I've had the privilege of seeing this bridge change the skyline over the last couple months, and people were using it even in the dead of winter. We saw students, researchers, business people using this to connect their lives better, because it's creating opportunity for all people, not just for some. And you've heard from a number of our board members, and you've heard of the passion they have to make this a globally recognized hub for innovation, research, education, and healthcare that benefits the whole community. Again, not just some. That's been woven into every single thing that we do. The University District Board invested in this bridge because they saw it as a gateway for opportunity for everyone. And we recently just updated our 2004 Strategic Master Plan. That plan influenced the investment of $1 billion in private and public funds in this community. Reflecting back on that connected us back to why we were doing this. It rooted us in our past and gave us a plan to soar into the future. And just if you didn't realize, the name of the artwork on the south side, it reflects down into our past, into our roots, the things that connect us to our purpose. And over here, this reflects back out to help us soar and see what's possible in the future. We are responsible for holding that vision for this community, and our updated plan helps us to understand what opportunities exist and connect them for you. So as we start to wrap up this event, I want to invite you to consider how you get to be part of the next 20 years of what this community is possible, to make this a better place to live, learn, work, and play. 20 years ago, we heard about Dave Clack and Bruce Butterworth investing in this community. They were like one of us, many of you in this community. If you have an idea right now, what could you be at 20 years in the future that you have impacted? And there are opportunities. I invite you, after this event in the future, please connect with me. There is a place for you in this University District in Spokane to have opportunity and to make an impact of your own. So just before we cut this ribbon, I have one final honor. We get to honor a person today that has had an immeasurable impact in this University District, and who's someone that has been critical in making even this bridge a reality. So, Director Brown, would you help me honor this person and give the Impact Award?
All right, this is really fun because I don't know if she knows this is coming. Kim Perman Gilman, please come forward. All right. So, how about that? So without a long speech, let me just say on behalf of all of us who've been involved in the University District planning, the associations, the organizations, we all know of the hard work and the commitment and the person who helped keep the wheels on the bus, Kim Pearman-Gilman. And on behalf of the women leaders in Spokane, Kim Pearman rocks. It's yours.
Thank you. I do want to say that it's been the biggest honor to get to work on this and to work honestly. I agree. When we said all of you out here are part of making this, there are so many people I can't start to name one because I will forget somebody. But my heart is enriched greatly from this. But more than anything, Spokane's enriched greatly because of what everybody here does for Spokane. Because we believe in Spokane, right? So my favorite little cheer is Spokane, all right? Ready? So taking a cue, we're going to do Spo and you're going to do can. Ready? Spo! 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 We can do anything we put our minds to when we do it together. So thank you for this honor. Thank you.
All right. Well, here it begins. We're going to do the ribbon cutting. Grab a pair of scissors. University presidents, Marlene, can you help us line up here? 2, 3.